Since its inception by virtue of royal decree issued in 1392 AH of the Hejra until today, Grain Silos and Flour Mills Organization, GSFMO, is considered one of the leading national institutions and one of the basic forts of the Saudi economy in supporting food security. The organization manages the receiving and storage of local and imported wheat to produce all kinds of flour and other wheat products. The organization also produces all kinds of poultry and livestock feeds through its branches covering all parts of the kingdom and equipped with the latest technology to guarantee the best quality of food in accordance with international standards. The organization's general administration has worked based on well-planned steps and with many successive stages, adopting automation and creating the Data Management and Information Technology Center to manage operations automatically and oversee the storage, distribution, and communication through an internal network relating the central administration's departments and an external network linking all branches to increase productivity and involve all administrations directly so as to achieve the desired results with minimum time and cost.
إن الهدف الرئيسي للمؤسسة العامة لصوامع الغلال ومطاحن الدقيق هو تأمين القمح المميز من عدة مصادر، وتقوم المؤسسة بتحويل القمح إلى دقيق عبر عدة مراحل، أهمها مرحلة طحن القمح والتي تتطلب تقنية عالية للغاية. وتقوم المؤسسة عقب ذلك بمراقبة جودة المنتج للتأكد من سلامته ومن ثم توزيعه إلى المستهلك حسب أعلى المواصفات القياسية العالمية.
The organization has also appointed trained Saudi executives to join foreign experts since the very beginning in installing machines and equipment in order to operate and maintain the projects. The organization prides itself on having competent Saudi executives managing its plants. In each of the branches, the organization has set up a laboratory equipped with sophisticated instruments to conduct tests on wheat upon its receiving and during its storage in the silos, and examine its components as well as the final products of flour and animal feeds. The organization has employed highly experienced staff to work at these labs in order to obtain the best and most accurate results. To ensure good quality products, the General Administration has established a central lab controlling all the branches' labs and conducting research and experiments to develop the organization's products and train laboratory technicians. Since ancient times, wheat has accompanied humans in their evolution and development, given that wheat remained the staple food for many peoples of the world. The anatomy of a grain of wheat reveals that it is made up of three distinct sections: the fiber-rich outer husk of the grain, the bran, which accounts for approximately 14.5% of the seed, the main body of the kernel, known as the endosperm, which accounts for approximately 83% of the seed, and the inner micronutrient-rich germ, also known as the embryo, and represents approximately 2.5% of the seed. Therefore, the organization attaches great importance to the safety and quality of this food provided to citizens and residents living in the kingdom. It takes upon itself all the stages the wheat passes through, from the receiving and storage to the milling and packing, using the latest technologies to ensure the best flour quality to the final consumer. Trucks loaded with wheat arrive at the reception point, where data is entered in the computer to determine the wheat's source. Afterwards, samples are taken from the trucks using automatic air suction machines through special pipes. Samples are mixed up and sent to the laboratory to analyze the proportion of impurities, moisture, proteins, and weight. The results are computer recorded. In case the test results fail to meet the approved specifications, the load is declined and given a notice of the rejection reasons. The approved trucks are electronically weighed before being unloaded. Afterwards, the wheat is automatically transferred to the main vacuumed silos, isolated to preserve a temperature of 25 degrees, thus preventing wheat from deterioration. The wheat is subsequently transferred through a conveyor to ancillary silos, before reaching the milling silos, where it is cleaned from impurities through the grain purifier. The cleaning process is followed by the wheat moisturizing, which requires about 24 hours. Humidity level is raised to 15%. The wheat rests for 8 additional hours to become softer and to facilitate the separation of its layers, before becoming ready to head to the milling division. The milling process starts in the break system, which breaks the wheat kernel and divides it into uneven parts to which a large amount of flour sticks. At each stage, the wheat is sieved in the sifter to separate fine particles from coarser ones. The wheat is moved to the second milling cylinder, producing flour and coarse particles called semolina, transferred in turn to the purifier, which separates the broken parts according to size. The milling process is repeated over and over again. And at each stage, a small quantity of the white substance sticking to the crust is produced. The milling process ends at the 5th stage without altering the husk to preserve the quality of flour. The flour produced is reinforced with vitamins and iron to increase its nutritional value. Before long, the different types of flour are packaged in bags of various sizes according to market requirements. The flour is stored in the organization's warehouses, ready for dispatch. It can also be delivered in bulk in special trucks. In addition to producing flour, the organization produces poultry and livestock feeds in accordance with international standards. The organization attaches great importance to the continuing development of its employees. Therefore, it has established in all its branches special clinics equipped with the most advanced machinery to provide health care to its employees. It also seeks to train them through special sessions to keep pace with the latest technologies pertaining to mills operation and maintenance. To reduce the burden of distance and facilitate their involvement in its operations, the organization has provided accommodation for both singles and families, as well as playgrounds for all sports activities for children and adults alike.
اليوم حققت المؤسسة انتشاراً واسعاً في جميع مناطق المملكة العربية السعودية، وذلك لتوفير الدقيق ذو الجودة العالية لجميع شرائح المجتمع وبسعر مدعوم من قبل الدولة حفظها الله.
In the framework of a dynamic communication network, the organization has achieved its vision by motivating its employees and encouraging them to keep pace with development and modernization, making it a beacon, constantly seeking to develop its products based on the latest technologies, studies, and research, until its name became synonymous with guaranteed quality. Grain Silos and Flour Mills Organization.